All right, good morning, trade pros. Welcome to our morning market update for March the 7th. It's all day. It's March 7th, and it's a Wednesday, March 7th. So welcome aboard. Um, First and foremost, I kind of changed locations in the Airbnb I'm staying. You can see the kitchen in the background. I know it's not the prettiest background, but hopefully my pretty face makes up for it. um, I'm always in the kitchen. My nickname on these mean streets is George Ramsay. So yeah, there you go. I'm a chef at heart. I make all kinds of good things like craft dinner. The occasional time I could make chicken wings and fries. Just kidding. The cuisine's a little more sophisticated. Welcome to Morning Market Update. I got a lot of stuff to talk about today, what the markets are sort of getting riled up over overnight. I'm going to take you through a few things as well as the oil trade coming up this morning at 10:30. I want to caution you, not caution, but I want to get you guys excited. At 10:30 in the morning on most Wednesdays, some days it's Thursday, you have the opportunity to make all the money that you usually do in 1 week within 1 hour of one day. That's how opportunistic Wednesdays are. In fact, if I had to trade only one day of the week, I would make it Wednesday morning. And the reason being is we have oil inventory report, and that generates a fairly high probability, low risk trade opportunity on these news numbers. When this news comes out, the oil market reacts, and it doesn't just react 2-3 cents like the S&P does. This thing could move 50, 60, 70, $1 right afterwards the news, and it's predictable in which direction if you know what you're looking for. And we teach all of that in our course on how to trade oil futures around the inventory reports. It's very exciting. Our team absolutely loves it, and we trade it live. So that's today at 10:30 in the morning. We're looking forward to it. Let's start out by saying this. Gary Cohn, or Cohn, I'm an immigrant. I don't know how to pronounce these type of names. Bulgarian. This is what this shows. This actually means in Bulgaria we celebrate the month of March because winter's over. It's all thawing out and it's starting the summer. It's called Martinica. I'm Bulgarian, so pardon the accent. But yeah, Gary has resigned from his economic position in the White House. And here's why that's important, because what he said to Trump is, listen, Trump, if you plan to release these tariffs or launch these tariffs on steel and aluminum, I'm going to resign my post. And this morning he resigns. And that's, what does that mean? That means that these tariffs are coming to market. They're going to happen. They're not a maybe, they're a when. All right. And Donald Trump has said he's going to sign executive orders today to announce some of these, not this today, sorry, this week, to announce some of these changes. What the tariffs are, nobody knows. There's circulation out there of 20 to 25% import fees on steel. Canada, obviously, me as a Canadian, Canada doesn't like that. And the US is considering an opportunity to allow Canada to not be part of that. So I think what Donald Trump has in his mind with this, and I can't read his mind, I'm not a mind reader, but maybe I am. Maybe I'm reading yours right now. But I think what Donald Trump's idea here is to use this as leverage for negotiation. And that was something one of our members mentioned in the team room yesterday, Stephen. And I feel that it he isn't really understanding the consequences of what could happen if he does this. I think he's coming from a good place when he tries to do this. He's trying to restart a negotiation process, but this is not like negotiating a new deal for a new building that he wants to build, right? Negotiating or financing. This has the implications of starting a trade war. And ultimately, having a life, and life is the most valuable thing we have in this world. But if a trade war starts, it could be more dangerous than an actual war because the consequences are really unknown. They're going to be very deep economic consequences. It could push the entire global economy into a recession if people stop doing business together. All right. It's not good for anyone. So that's why these markets are reacting bearish overnight. They sold off on that news. We think tariffs are coming. I think it's a done deal. The question is, what are the details and how will the market react? Will global trade partners also immediately slap sanctions on the US and tariffs? And if they do, right away, trade numbers are going to be impacted. And that'll take a few months for those tariffs to really impact the profitability of companies, of governments, and that could lead to higher taxes, lower overall revenues, weaker services, less healthcare for people around the world. If the government doesn't have as much revenue, if companies don't have as much revenue, jobs are lost. This is a whole organism that's going to be disbalanced with this move. All right, so it's huge. And you're going to hear more about it this week. So keep that on the back of your mind. The reason I dedicated so much time to it today is it has the ability to impact the market to a really wide extent. And I think it's being underpriced in the S&P 500 futures at the moment. I look at them and I don't think the fear of what could happen in the medium term is priced into the short-term price action. Keep that in mind. All right. Put that info up here and use it for an opportunity today. So can we rally 30, 40 points today? We absolutely can, but just remember at some point when the market gets jitters, the sell-off happens a lot quicker than the rally. So watch for that. Be cognizant of the downside. We might be getting some. All right. With that news out of the way, which is pretty much the big news of the day, let me give you guys some numbers. In Japan was down 0.8%, so almost a percentage point. Hong Kong was down 1%. China down 0.6%. India down the same. All Asian markets red and down more than 0.5%. That's big news. In Europe, London's down 0.2%. Paris is down 0.3%. Frankfurt down 0.4%. Markets across Europe, all red and down. All right, in the United States here, Dow Jones overnight down 1.3%. That's a big move for an overnight session. All right, S&P's down 1 percentage point. NASDAQ's down 0.9%. Crude oil's down 0.7%. All right, gold is down 0.1%. Bitcoin's down 1.2%. So here's what I want to tell you, and I want to end it off on this note, actually, and I'll talk about oil very quickly, but I got to get to the trading room today to start a little bit later. So whenever you have correlations in markets, so whenever one thing sells off, typically another should rally. That's called intermarket correlations. And we've specified what rallies when what happens in our courses. But whenever you have an event that's global like this, that impacts the economy, that nobody knows what the consequence is going to be, it's just the best guess. All right. What ends up happening is money gets scared. And when money gets scared, it runs out of all assets, which means that the traders go on the market. This is the hand signal on the floor trading for sell. And they're just saying, sell, get out of this stuff. I want to be at, what do they want to go into? Cash. All right. So it looks like traders are starting to cash out. And that's the biggest sign that you could see of money cashing out is number one, what's going up? Nothing's going up. Everything's being sold, which means traders are deleveraging their positions. Number two, we have an institutional trading report that we have access to and we look at. It's available actually for free, but it's how you read it that really has a secret sauce on it. We do that analysis every Sunday. This Sunday, we're going to do it at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm really curious to see how those numbers show up because we could be looking at a pretty big sell-off in the next coming few weeks. All right? Be cognizant, be cautious, manage your risk, have your stop loss in, and don't be afraid to trade with the downside. All right? Don't be afraid to do something that's uncomfortable. Step out of your comfort zone, even if that means the next best trade is a short. You have to step out of your comfort zone. All right. Today at 10:30, oil inventory numbers are coming out. And oil markets, let me just have a look, are pretty flat at the moment, trading 62.38. So there hasn't been an overnight trend up or down. They're pretty flat. And I think we're waiting here for this inventory number at 10:30 a.m. Eastern for the next big move. We've had a sell-off. We've had a little rebound. Now we're sort of within an inside day of a previous day that was inside day, with inside a tight and narrow range. So this week's opportunity for oil may not be like it was last week because there hasn't been as much movement, and I think traders are roughly balanced at the moment. But stay tuned. We're going to trade that at 10:30. You guys have a great day. I hope you've enjoyed this morning market update. If you have, please give me a thumbs up and let me know you like it so I can make more like this. And leave me a comment, and I'd love to hear from you. What did you enjoy about this, and how are you planning to use it? And if you have any questions, throw in the comment box. I answer all the questions personally. I'll go in there and type it. I do a Dash George for you to know that. Love to see you guys in the trading room. We offer a 14-day money-back guarantee, so don't be afraid to try our products. We stand behind that guarantee. No questions asked. So you have 14 days to try out what we're all about. We'll see you guys in there. Have a great day, and see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Trade careful today. There's going to be opportunity for the patient, vigilant trader. Manage your risk and trade like a trade pro. Adios. Over and out. Have a great day, guys. All right, trade pros, let me just shut down the YouTube broadcast. I'm going to hop over here onto